Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we're going to be covering some awesome final Phase 6 hotfixes that are going to be dropping just before AQ. They've been out for a few hours now, but this is a nice list to get us, final touches before we descent into madness tomorrow, which is going to be freaking awesome. But before we begin the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to switch it over here to the blue post, and we're going to dive right into it. So it says, Arnachronos will now allow you to get another Scepter of the Shifting Sands if yours is misplaced. So that's pretty good. Hopefully you don't delete it, but if you lose it, you can get another one. The sawed versions of the Dark Moon cards are now obtainable from their quests. Songflower Lullaby, Dark Fortune Damage, Blessing of Neptulon will no longer cancel when entering instances. So those are the world buffs that you drop. So the buffs were just getting removed, so it's good to fix that bug. Players can now go into Blackwing Lair and change Tier 2 items to Tier 1 set bonuses and Tier 2 into Tier 2 set bonuses. So the change I told you guys about yesterday is live and working great. The Drought of the Sands for Hunters and Rogues will no longer egregiously stack under certain conditions. Unbalancing Strike from Twin Imps Encounter in AQ will no longer affect the bonus attack power or spell damage gained from Defender's Resolve. You will always gain these stats based on your pre-Unbalancing Strike defense skill. So that spell lowered your defense, and all of the tank damage in SOD is based off of your defense skill. So when it lowered your defense, you were getting lesser. But that is fixed. Moonkin form now grants 3 spell damage per level. It was 2, so that's a 60 spell power increase for balanced druids, so hopefully they can be on par with PvE. Now these hunter changes are very, very interesting. Tranquilizing Shot will no longer consume a stack of lock and load. Resourcefulness no longer egregiously reduces the cooldown of deterrence. Tranquilizing Shot will once again work correctly against Silithid Darter during the Hunter quest change. And this one, swapping off of rapid killing to lock and load now prevents the use of lock and load for 60 seconds. So apparently hunters were like feign deathing and swapping stuff again, trying to abuse their runes again, and it's just a reoccurring problem. These hunters are crazy. Mage, so these mage changes are awesome. Fire Mage tier 2.54 piece decreased to 10% was 20. Fire Mage AQ 3 piece bonus was decreased to 9% was 20. This part is the cool part. Living Bomb now has an additional line of text that reads, Living Bomb benefits from all talents and effects that trigger or modify Scorch, allowing ticks of Living Bomb and the explosion to apply fire vulnerability if talented. Fingers of Frost has a 25% chance to activate, was 15. Ice Lance damage from spell power increased by 300%. Ice Lance deals 400% damage to frozen targets, was 300%. Ice Lance Ring now has a passive that states when your other frost spells deal damage to a non-player controlled target, they increase the target's damage taken from your next Ice Lance. This effect stacks up to 5 times and reduces the Winter's Chill talent. Wrath of Cenarius will correctly proc from Balefire Bolt, Spell Firebolt, and Frozen Orb. Mages can no longer consume another Mage's Glaciate stacks. That's good. That could get real toxic. Priest, the tier 2.5 Priest 4 set bonus has been decreased to 10%. Increased mind spike damage was 20%. The tier 1 6-piece Shadow set bonus will now correctly consume the Melting Faces buff after casting Mind Flay. Rogue, the Drought of the Sands now has a version for rogues available from vendors. Unbalancing Strike from Twin Imps Encounter will no longer cause the rogue, we read that earlier, to lose any of their damage reduction gained through their defensive skills and Blade Dance. Shaman, different ranks of Flame Shock will no longer stack. Flame Shock's original sound has been restored. Lava Lash bonus damage from Flame Tongue weapon was reduced from 100% was 125%. So there's some Shaman nerfs for you guys. Scythe of Chaos will no longer kill your pet, but instead dismiss it, allowing it to retain its buff when resummoned. Warlock pets will now correctly inherit their master's fire or shadow crit spell chance based on whichever is higher. Warlock pets will now correctly gain full value of spell hit chance for their spells. Warlock pets will now correctly gain 80% of their master's spell hit as physical hit. Warlock's pets will now gain 0.5 reduction to a chance of being dodged or parried if any ring rune is engraved on their master. Very odd, but I guess that's a workaround. The Tank Warlock 2-piece set will no longer use the target's health to life tap if you are in a neutral city. That's good. If Mark of Chaos is applied by Curse of Agony, Mark of Chaos will now linger for 3 seconds after the Curse of Agony aura fades. This is to allow Warlocks who are using Curse of Agony to have a window where they can let their Curse of Agony fully fade and not lose the raid's Mark of Chaos debuff before they reapply it. This will eliminate the need to clip at the end of Curse of Agony in order to benefit the raid. So that last tick would always... So, like, the last second of the dot will tick, so, like, you would have, like, a brief window where Mark of Chaos wouldn't be up on that boss, and then you would, so, like, Warlocks had to grief the damage ever so slightly to maintain that world buff. But I want to show you guys, so this dude just said, tell the devs to work on retail bugs, it's getting ridiculous. I'm going to refresh the page real quick to see if there's any more comments, because I've had this up for a while. Nope, that was the only comment on this, and so, you know, that's obviously a complaint for retail team and not the SOD team. Don't know why they're here, because the teams are completely different. But what I wanted to show you guys is this is probably the biggest change to mages, and that is improved Scorch. So your Scorch spells have a 100% chance to cause your target to be vulnerable to fire damage. This vulnerability is increased fire damage dealt by your target by 3%. Last stat stacks up to 5. So they made it a change with like Living Bomb and talents that modify Scorch. They added that to that, and they added it to all the fire damage that you do. So that way mages can stack it without having to start every fight by pressing Scorch 5 times. And I think that is a massive change, huge quality of life for mages. So like we can just go right into our Balefire Bolt full cooldowns. We put a Living Bomb up there, and the Living Bomb ticks will get it, and then the bomb exploding will get it. And if you have 2 mages, it'll stack way quicker instead of having this whole you get to be Scorched Mage for a week and then just constantly rotating. It's been quite a problem when you're in the higher end of guilds, so I just really love to see that. But anyway, guys, those are the changes for Phase 6. Right before we go into AQ, I will be streaming Descent into Madness tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so stop by at twitch.tv/Kaghoe Gaming. It's going to be fun. We're bringing both raid teams, probably have like 30 or so people, and we're going to give it a whirl and do our best. A lot of us are going in blind, so it's going to be a lot of discovery, a lot of struggle, and hopefully we can have some really awesome results. So anyway, that's all, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.